Junielly.
And how old are you? I'm 18. End of my freshman year, beginning of sophomore, my school gave all these applications and they were saying, oh, if you want to volunteer in Lawrence, we're going to do like the Spicket River cleanup, picking up trash on the side of the street on the weekends. And I was like, you know what, why not? I could use some volunteer hours, it'd be fun, I'll do it with a couple of my friends. And it converted into something completely different. It became the Lawrence Youth Council, second part of me almost. You know, at first it was just cleaning up the Spicket River, and now it's changing education. Okay, so what it is that the Mayor's Health Task Force, right, that's like the bigger branch of Lawrence, has contracted or created, more better word, the Lawrence Youth Council, which is coordinated and branched into the elevated thought. So that's how like the structural system works, but really elevated thought has given us the basis of understanding the different types of education to then further on the campaign. When we asked each other what is education, we came up with this concept of enlightenment through experience. It's not so much that you're sitting in class learning about the revolution, it's so much that you're standing up and maybe doing a skit about it, or maybe drawing it out, or listening to the music that the slaves listened to when they were riling up. That's how the education has been defined for me, at least. You know, being in an environment where you study life while also giving and receiving life. Let's say that you have a child, right? And you're teaching this child how to color. You teach it to color, okay, that you have to color inside the lines no matter what. You have to color inside the lines no matter what. And there's just a repetitive kind of thing. And when you give that child the opportunity to color outside the lines, they don't know how to do that. They're kind of stuck. And that's what I've realized a lot within the students. We give them a piece of paper and we're like, draw whatever you want. They're like, what do I draw? So just like that child doesn't know the difference between coloring in the lines and outside, what's the difference in experiencing both. They don't know the difference between what is the strict policy that we have here and the liberty that you can have and still become a successful person. Oh yeah, definitely. It's like two huge different worlds, you know. And my grade school, even now at Central, you know, it's everything. Rules, be there by 7:40, leave at 2:10. If you have after school programs, you can stay, but you're not supposed to like hang out in the hallways. You're not supposed to be at your locker with your friends. And here it's more just the focus on spirit, the focus on the overall well-being of the student, you know? Like if you wanna slouch in your chair, slouch in your chair. I'm gonna let you know, that's probably not good for your posture later on, but at least you know that. I'm not gonna force you to stand up and do something correctly if you know the differences. So I feel like it's very black and white in the school system that I grew up with, and here's a rainbow. Now it's even stronger because now I understand the fundamental roots of why it is how it is and how people are not aware of that, and how I feel it's my job as a citizen to educate those who don't know, because it's not their fault they don't know. And if I'm there, I have the opportunity to teach them. But usually I start with this elevated thought. I usually just let them know about these awesome students between I think they start as early as 5th grade until 18 or older. So right now we're working on a short film. We do a lot of little snippets of open mics, getting our word out. We've gone to the high school and we've done a careers day, and we let people know who we are, what we're doing, what are their thoughts, kind of thing. We've done over 600 surveys throughout the city of primarily youth, just asking them how they feel about their classrooms. We've done private interviews. We've done a previous short film. We're doing a new one, all building up to when the receivership is removed and we can actually go in and out. When the receivership came in, they took over all our public schools and they became more standardized, I guess you could say, how the state would expect students to be performing. The scores are coming up, but the students are not feeling as if it's worth it. You know what I mean? Like the numbers are rising, but their spirits are not. When the reports come out, it's usually just those two numbers: overall reading, overall math. It's not talking about performance, not talking about behavioral, it's not talking about attendance. An ideal world is just to keep the scores up while keeping the students up, you know? When we were walking through Lawrence, you saw like the different areas that we have to offer as a city. I've always wanted to try to implement in education, like why can't we go walk to the historical center and learn about that? I feel like the community should be our campus, the city should be our campus. Lawrence is basically my home, you know? I remember maybe 2 years ago, I went away for like the first time, summer camp, it was like a big deal, and I was so homesick. Like I didn't realize how much of the city was an impact to me until I actually left. And when I came home, it was just like such a relief. I literally rolled down the windows and I was like, it smells different here. Like I love it, it's the best.